Hey guys, welcome back to Thiki. And today's gonna be a bit different. I'm just gonna be ranting. Have a lot on my mind, so I'm just gonna speak and see what happens. I have been in university for the past few years and also been trying to understand what I want to do with my life after university's over. Um, I've had many dreams, many things I want to do, many passions, as I've spoken about multiple times on here. And one thing that, as I get closer to graduating university, that sticks on my mind is the idea of time. A lot of university is spent stressing about time left, assignments due, um, time as in what's going to happen when I'm done all this. What am I going to do after? I don't have much time until I get to the workforce. I don't have much time until da 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 da. It's something I'm really struggling with right now as I'm deciding what I want to do with my time while I'm in university. There's so many things, too many things that I want to be doing. And it's scary. It's really scary. But I think the scariest of it all is the idea of running out of time. I don't know what's going to happen. None of us do. We never know what's going to happen. But the idea of time running out and potential not being reached, or the things I want to do not being done, is quite scary. It's very scary. But I have to figure out the ways to counter that. I have to decide how I want to use the time I have now. The more I think about it, it dawned on me there is still time. I'm stressing about all these different things about, oh, what's going to happen, what, da, 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 this, that, and the third, but I'm still young. I just turned 20, right? And for someone who's never been 20 before, obviously, it doesn't weigh on me the amount of time I still have. I kept looking at celebrities or people who are in the fields I want to be in and realizing that a lot of their stories didn't start going up until they were in their late 20s, early 30s, if not for some even later. I was thinking of Quinta Brunson, one of the lead actresses for Abbott Elementary, and the story keeps going around that before she got Abbott Elementary, she was this close to moving back home, to giving up on her dreams, and this is like later into her career, or later into her life at least. And then boom, Abbott Elementary got picked up, and it's been uphill from there, with some of the actors making $200,000+ an episode, which is crazy. But that's besides the point. It's jarring, I think it's to say, to see other people get to where they want to be later than you have planned for yourself. And when I say that, I mean in the next 10 years, I want to have these goals. I want to reach these places. And to see other people not reaching where I want to be in 10 years until they're after the age I'll be at 10 years is scary, because it makes it feel like, oh, maybe I'm not going to reach that goal in 10 years. I need to start flipping it around, or I'm going to start flipping it around in my head and realize that's not a bad thing. A lot of these people failed before they succeeded. And I think failing is a crucial part of success. I need to understand and digest and let it become a part of my thought process that it's a marathon, not a sprint. Some of you are probably like, oh, you said that before. You said it in the last episode. Yeah. But man, sometimes these things don't really like lock in. They don't click. I might be saying that to you guys. I might be saying that to the screen, but it doesn't click up here, especially in different contexts. But this one is what I'm trying to focus on now and realize I still have time. I still have time to fail. I still have time to test things out, to try things out. I'm still young. This is the time for me to try things out. So many people in their 30s are like, oh, I wish I had experimented more with what I wanted to do. I wish I had spent more time on myself when I was younger, when I was your age. Oh, you have so much time. Where am I going with this? I once again want us to take a breath, take a pause, a second, collect ourselves. Think about where we are compared to where we've been. Think about where we want to be and think about how we're going to get there. Because sometimes time isn't the issue. It's how we use that time. It's the way we contextualize that time. One thing that's often talked about when it comes to well achieved or well accredited people is that they have the same 24 hours as everybody else. It's just how they view that 24 hours. There's a program or a challenge, whatever you want to call it, called the 12-week year. I think that's how it's, yeah, I think that's what it's called. And it's the idea of switching your concept of time to give yourself less time in the same time span as everybody else. So instead of thinking a year as 365 days, you make your year smaller than that. It's like 12 weeks, and it helps you fast pace or prioritize the things you want to get done. It helps you do all that kind of stuff. And I think that's a part of what I'm looking for, I guess. But I think the main part of it is understanding that with the time I do have, that I'm allowed to breathe. I'm still young, and I'm guessing some of you out there are also fairly young. There's time for your dreams to come true. There's time for work to be done. There's time for exploration. There's time to find love. It's time to find hope and joy in the world and not be scared of reaching the goals you want to achieve, because there's still time. And there are some caveats, of course. You can't get too lost in time. You can't get too drawn away from everything else. You get stuck in a loop of enjoyment and self-fulfillment that you forget that there are responsibilities. But that's not exactly what I'm talking about here. What I'm saying is you have to take time in the now and enjoy it and plan accordingly, so that even if the future you want doesn't come in the time frame you want it to, you will be okay. There is still time. The whole reason I'm talking about this is as a reminder that there is still time. And if you are a bit older and you're still stressing about it, don't worry. Some well-known and renowned famous actors started their careers fairly late. Some people you wouldn't have seen in anything till they were like 30 something, 40 something. So if you're still young and you're still trying to figure out your place in the world and figure out what you want to do, there's still time. As long as you put effort into it and you lock in on those goals, you can still achieve them. This whole thing is just a way to ease stress, relieve some stress off of me. I've been rushing and trying to reach the goals I want to reach now, trying to get all these projects done, trying to speed run almost into the future I dream for myself. I just need to remember, and I'm hoping this is also reminding you guys, that you can breathe. University makes it feel like everything is crashing in, everything is due, there's always these due dates, everything needs to be done now so you can get to this future you want for yourself. But the only person you should be running for is yourself. Have your own map, have your own timeline. Run this marathon of a life. Don't worry about what other people are doing or how fast they're doing it. This also relates to my last episode as well. Don't worry about how fast everybody else is going, because for all you know, the race that they're running might come to a close a lot sooner. They're running now, but then they're gonna have to be walking when the important races are going on. Go at your own pace. If you need to take a gap year before you go back into university, Take a gap year before you go back. This is your life. Live it the way you want to live it. You have time. It gets scary. That's an undeniable fact. It does get scary because time always feels like it's running out. The clock keeps ticking. But if you take a second, breathe, refocus, realign, you'll come to see, at the end of the day, just pace yourself. It's about you. Take your time. You're only running for yourself. Your dreams will come true as long as you put in the effort and have patience. Your time will come. And that's how I know it. I'll see you guys next time.